Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the garden. Today I thought I would take you around and show you some of the stuff that's growing and kind of just do an update video. So basically our ranunculus are pretty much finished now, which is a bummer, but we have to take them out and make way for bigger and better things, new things, which is always exciting, of course. I have actually replaced the ranunculus already with the chrysanthemums. Hopefully I will have a video coming soon about transplanting the chrysanthemums, giving a little bit more information about that. I have been dropping the ball big time this year. It's rained so much, the garden's been so wet, and I've been planting things in the mud and I haven't been recording it, but we'll get to those videos eventually, hopefully. Lots of the hardy annual flowers have also started to bloom now. Things like our snapdragons. These are the Madam Butterfly snapdragons. They are a really just kind of cool double snapdragon. I'm not quite sure how I feel about those yet. They've just started to bloom, so hopefully we'll get more of a feel for whether we want to grow those ever again or not. Also, our foxgloves have started to bloom. I planted these foxgloves last April, the first week of April. They grew all last year and they overwintered obviously, and now they're nice and big and starting to bloom. One of the major bummers about these foxgloves, even though these were, this was the first time I was really successful with foxgloves. Got nice and tall. Some of them are as tall as 4 feet tall. I didn't stake them. They seem to be standing up well, and it has been very windy and very rainy here, but it looks to me like the rain has really beat down these flowers. Of course, foxgloves are toxic, so always keep that in mind when you're planting stuff in the garden. But I'm definitely a little bit disappointed with how kind of raggedy these blooms look, because honestly, I can't remember the last time the sun was out here in my garden. I also went ahead and planted a lot of summer flowering bulbs in the garden. We have some Asiatic lilies. These are Asiatic lilies that I started by scaling about 3 or 4 years ago now. I expect them to bloom really well. Also some oriental lilies in here. Hopefully they'll be nice and beautiful. I got a little bit of a late start on those. Lots of gladiolus as well as some liatris, I guess is how you say it. And there's even some tuberose in here, but they don't seem to be doing anything. No signs of life from the tuberose yet. In addition to the summer blooming flowers, the flower bulbs, we also planted a bunch of lisianthus, and I'll tell you what, trying to keep this lisianthus weed free feels impossible sometimes, especially with all this rain. It's just having trouble getting established. The mosquitoes are already bad. I'm just really frustrated with it, if I'm going to be honest. Other hardy annuals that are blooming, we have the Chinese forget-me-nots, or the firmament forget-me-nots. They started out pretty low, but they gradually got taller and taller and taller, and I've been using them for cut flower arrangements, which is always a nice thing. They wilt a little bit, so I'm still kind of learning the ropes and kind of figuring out how to use those as cut flowers. But this just nice, vibrant blue color is so pretty. Not to mention these tiny little blooms are just so cute. They're so stinking cute. Also, we have the sage, or it's clary sage. It's got a lot of common names. I don't know the name for it exactly. I'm sorry, but it's salvia. I believe this is Blue Monday and like Pink Sunday or something. These also overwintered in the hoop house, and this is the first year that these have done really good for me. These are looking awesome. I've been cutting these. In addition, I also have some calendula. My zeolites calendula is blooming. Calendula is another one that usually doesn't do very well for me, but it is doing really, really great this year, which I am so pleasantly pleased with. The agrostemma are in bloom, but just like the foxgloves, they're really having trouble with the rain. They're really just beaten down and laying all over the ground. Kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. Also, the sweet peas have started to bloom. You might remember we planted the sweet peas in the hoop house down the middle. We lost a lot of plants to mold in the hoop house due to high humidity. But there were about, I'd say, 10 plants that survived overall throughout the winter. And now they're blooming. They're about 4 foot tall. These really nice, just lavender color flowers. These plants just came in a mixed seed packet. I already mentioned that I replaced the ranunculus with the chrysanthemums. In that spot, I also put my Rudbeckia. This is the Sahara Rudbeckia. It's just those lovely kind of pastel shades of burgundy and kind of soft colors that are going to bloom in the fall. I've also started a lot of seed trays. Oh man, I don't even know where I'm going to put this stuff. Most of these seed trays are zinnias, lots of Benary's giant zinnias, a couple of the scabiosa kind of pincushion looking zinnias as well. Lots of just variation there, some Tithonian, marigolds, petunias, flowering tobacco, sunflowers, you name it, it's out here in a tray. Also, I have started the process of getting my dahlias into the ground, and boy oh boy, it was a muddy mess. I really wanted to show you guys the process of adding compost and tilling things and laying down weed barrier and all that, but it's just not going to happen this year. I do plan on doing another video for planting dahlias, talking more in depth about the things that I should have been able to do. Let me know if you'd like to see that video still. I'll probably go ahead and make it still, but a lot of the actual filming just won't be, you know, me actually doing it. Even though I've got 4 rows of dahlias in the ground now, I still have several trays worth of dahlias. I've been collecting, saving dahlias for about 5 years now, so I have a pretty good stock built up. And I also bought, I think it was something like 90 this year. I know, I went overboard, I went crazy. I'm ashamed, but they're so pretty, I can't help it. So I'm working hard to get those into the ground as well. Overall, there's still tons of stuff to do. I still need to get weed barrier down. I still need to stake the dahlias. I ordered some T-posts, metal T-posts. They were stolen off my front porch as soon as they got delivered, like within 10 minutes. It was crazy. Anyway, just another day, you know, you never know what to expect. As I look around right now, things are kind of just iffy. We got a lot going on, and we're waiting patiently for a lot of different things, kind of moving plants around, getting rid of the plants that are done and replacing them with new plants that are going to be more productive. So it really is just kind of that balancing act right now. That's really about it for this video. I hope that it was helpful. I'm not quite sure if these are helpful, but I thought you guys, it's been a long time since we did an actual garden update, so I thought, why not? If you have any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments. I'd be happy to try to help. I don't know everything, you know, I'm just a person with a backyard. Try to answer all the comments. I usually get to them in about a week, maybe 2 weeks. It just depends on how much I'm working. I've been working a whole lot, so I do try to get to those. If you're new to the channel and you like this video, be sure to subscribe. I'd absolutely love to have you. We're making new content all the time, or at least we're trying to. It's about gardening and DIY and growing cut flowers, all kinds of stuff. So if you like a little bit of surprise, you might like the channel. Share it, tell your friends about it. We're just trying to grow our little cut flower gardening community here, and we'd love to have you. I hope that you guys are having such an incredible day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.